Good afternoon, teacher. Good afternoon, classmates. Good afternoon, everybody who is seeing this video. My name is Johny Gómez, and I come today to talk to you about what is permaculture and how permaculture have the capacity of stopping hunger all around the world. So, the word perma comes from the word permanent, and culture comes from the word everything that has to do with biodiversity and agriculture. Permanent agriculture have the capacity of using methods without affecting nature, without affecting biodiversity. There is a method described by the Bill Malison, one of the most important persons who described permaculture, that he says that permaculture is a way of working with nature, not against nature. So this is important because it's a method that we can approve, that we can provide nowadays to many people that dedicate to the agriculture, because it's a method in which we can produce without affecting the biodiversity. Remembering that biodiversity is the most important thing we have in the world, because we live because of it. Without a biodiversity, we cannot live. So as the humans, we are in charge. We as humans, we need to take care of biodiversity. So this is a topic very important, knowing that if we use this type of method, we need to take care of it. We need to take care of this method because it's a method in which we can take advantage of it, because we are not affecting the biodiversity, we are not affecting the soil in which we are producing, we are not affecting animals, etc. It's important because animals in ecosystems and in all places around the world have the same opportunity about living. They have the freedom, they are free to grow, they are free to live. So this method of permaculture is important to apply it, because we are not affecting these animals. They grow up, they have the freedom to live without affecting them. This method of permaculture gets to be important and gets to be more known because Bill and David, both of them were Australian peoples who basically investigate more about this topic and investigate more processes, more examples, and more ways to provide this method, to use this method all around the world. These were two Australian peoples who get to the point of using this method, knowing that it's an important method because we need to take care about all the surroundings. Nowadays, we know about people that are producing crops in big ways, in big quantities, but they are affecting the soil, they are affecting the biodiversity, and these people doesn't take care of it. They might only say it doesn't, it means it's not important. They are only thinking in the benefits they have, but they are not thinking in the biodiversity. They are not thinking that they are affecting animals, that they are affecting the world, etc. So it's important to learn about this method, just like in the United States. In the United States, we have many people that is producing, that they are growing up using this method. People that comes from down to up using this method of producing crops with permaculture, just like in places as California, Colorado, and places all around the United States, which they are producing crops, vegetables, and food for us, the humans, using these methods. These methods are very important because everything is natural. During this method, you don't use fertilizers, you don't use different types of methods to grow out or to grow up the plant. You don't use methods that can affect the plant, that can affect the soil, or that can affect the vegetables that us humans are eating. So it's important because, as I say, when you use permaculture in something, in animals or in plants, let me tell you that everything is natural. Everything is natural, nothing is artificial, or nobody is using methods of artificial just to grow in crops or plants. So it's important too because permaculture have the capacity of stopping hunger all around the world. How? You can ask, how is permaculture capable of stopping hunger in the world? Let me tell you that yes, it has the capacity of stopping hunger all around the world because they approve new ways, they approve the ways how this can stop hunger. For example, we can create ecosystems in which we are just producing different species of fishes but not affecting the ecosystems in which these fishes grew up. For example, I can come now and create an ecosystem, an artificial ecosystem in which fishes can grow up. Is a good method of permaculture because I'm not affecting the natural resources, I'm not affecting the biodiversity, I'm affecting the artificial method that I'm using. So basically it's a natural method because I'm growing up, I'm producing food to people, I'm stopping hunger without using this type of methods. So also it's important because you can grow plants in the same way without affecting animals. I can come and put different seeds, grow up crops in a natural way without affecting soil, without affecting nature. And the water that I'm using with aquatic animals can give me the production of using it into the crops I want to have. So I'm not affecting the ecosystem, I'm not taking water of the ecosystems, I'm just recycling and using the water that I use to the aquatic animals and apply it into the crops that I'm producing. So it's important this method because it's basically when you recycle methods, remembering that agriculture or this type of permaculture is a way of working with nature, not a way of working against nature. So we are working basically with nature, but not trying to affect nature. We are trying to provide examples that will make us to avoid or will make us to stop the affecting biodiversity. This also can stop hunger because using this type of artificial ecosystems or use this type of aquatic animals or aquatic places give work to many people all around the world, and these people have the opportunity of finding work and taking food to their places. It's important nowadays too to use this method because we are suffering in the biodiversity, we are suffering in the world. In many places we don't have water, in many places we cannot produce because we are affecting the animals, because we are affecting the soil. For example, crops, there are type of crops that have the capacity of affecting soil in a big way. So if we have a special area and a special place in which we are working and producing these crops without using fertilizers, without using artificial things, we can produce without affecting the soil. So the soil in which we are working with, we will have the capacity of producing without using methods, just only the method of permaculture. So it's interesting to know about this topic because the way we are using is a natural way. Everything in permaculture is natural, and we can avoid problems, we can avoid affecting the biodiversity. That is an important way because we don't affect nothing, we don't affect animals, we don't affect trees, we don't affect nothing. Permaculture is a good way to produce, a good way to get food to us the humans and to us all the people around the world without affecting what we are surrounded by. So it's important to know about this topic. It's a pleasure to tell you about what is this topic and examples of this topic. Thank you and good afternoon.